So hey y'all, welcome to my channel. I'm gonna be filming my first collection tour. You know, it's a new year, so might as well document what I have. And this is my first video or second that I'm actually talking, because the last one I posted, it was like no audio and I was typing. I was editing that for hours, so let's try something new. I might put captions on this too, which beats the whole point, but I think there's a little bit more like connection and you can kind of relate when you hear people's voice talking rather than just watching captions. So I'll just continue doing both whenever I have the chance. But yeah, I won't get too long, but let's get started. I will introduce myself and talk a little bit about how I lay it out, and we'll just go right into each individual cubby. And then excuse me if you see like either my cat or dog, you know, they have free range. We're living in their house, they're not living in my house. It's like that. Okay, let's get started. So as you can see here, let me pan out. I actually have this 6 shelf like cubby situation, which I actually also use for my TV stand. I also have another shelf over here, which you'll see that my manga shelves are both covered with tapestry. They're both like Ghibli themed, by the way. Yeah, it's because I like to leave the window open, you see, for my cat, just for her, you know. She likes to look out at the birds and stuff. Plus the sunlight here is really good where I currently live. So I just want to bask in all the vitamins I can get, you know, and protect my books because I don't want them to yellow. Yeah, so I have another shelf over there. And then I also have this cart where I call it my hobby cart because I keep all my hobby stuff there. But the mangas on the bottom are the ones that I'm like thinking of unhauling. Maybe I'll make a separate video, but yeah. And then so let's just get right into my main shelf. Okay, so you'll see that actually my shelves are triple stacked. I'm doing the best I can with the space that I have. I'm not planning to buy another bookshelf until I move, and by that time maybe I'll get like a Billy or something. But yeah, this is the best I can organize it. But yeah, let's go ahead and start from all the way in the back, and then I'll put the front cover of maybe the first volume or whatever volume I found the prettiest, also with the full name, the author's name, and yeah, whatever other information I would say. And sorry, this might be a chatty one because I think when I'm really into something I talk a lot. So let's get started for real this time. Alright, in the back there, I don't know if you can see, but I have volumes 1 through 18 of Ottoman by Ayakano, and this one is complete. It's an older shoujo work. I really enjoy this one. It's pretty nostalgic. It's one of the first ever mangas that I read, so I still have it. I know there's a divide in the shoujo community. Like there's people that either really like it or people that like don't f with it at all. So yeah. And moving on to the second row, I have High School Debut. I originally collected this when it came out in the single format, and then when I came back to collecting manga, it's like super hard to find, and then it's actually pretty expensive. So I just like bit the bullet and like, oh, let's just get the omnibus format. Like I really don't like omnibuses, even though I know there's a lot of people that prefer omnibus, but it's just I don't like the size, okay, and I prefer seeing the covers one by one because I think they're so pretty. But yeah, it's just for convenience sake, and then, you know, ease of reading. I don't want to eventually not be able to pick it up and not complete the series. Yeah, so I have 1 through 9 of the singles, and 10 through 15, which is divided into 2 omnibus back there. I also have next, oh, that one's completed as well, and next I have 1 through 5 Juju or Jiu. I don't know how to pronounce it. I had to see like the hiragana, katakana, whatever that is written in, you know. Yeah, that one is by Toya Tobina. I don't think many people know the series. It was released back then and it's pretty short, so older shoujo collectors might know what it is. But I like this because it was one of the ones that had like action. Back in the day when I collected it had like action. There was like elements of like, you know, fantasy and kind of like supernatural. Not fantasy, it's supernatural. I really like it. Yeah, it's pretty short, good. I think you can find them on eBay and it might not be too pricey. I don't know about in stores, but I really like it. The spines are also one of the darker ones in you know, the shoujo collection, shoujo B collection, because most of the spines look like this, you know, red, white, and pink. That's their standard color. This one's more colorful though, but that one, it gives off that dark vibe and I like it. Alright, and what I have in front, the reason why these series, oh yeah, I forgot to mention that, some series are in front is because I'm still collecting them, even though these two are actually complete already. Well, this one's not completed in English, but in Japan it's already complete. But Ore Sama Teacher is completed, but I haven't picked it all up yet. That's why. So I have 1 to 12 right now. There's 29 in total, and it's actually not too hard to find. It's by Izumi Spaki, who, if you recognize that name, also makes Monthly Girls no Saki-kun, which is pretty popular. I would definitely say if you like that, you'll like this as well. But this one is more like, how would I say it? The other one feels like more like comedy. This one is also pretty comedic, but then it has like a different school theme where the girl being like an ex-delinquent, you know? Yeah. It was a fun read. Definitely recommend. Next to that, really popular, My Love Mix-Up, or in Japanese, the direct translation, I guess, it Faded First Love. I don't know. I remember as like Kiyata Hatsukoi. It's by Aruko and Wataru Hinekura Sensei. Okay, cool. I currently have, I ordered the 6th volume on Right Stuff, but it was out of stock, so maybe when it gets back, I'll receive it. But yeah, there's currently 8 that you can pre-order up to, and then 9 will be the final volume. I can't wait for this to be completed, but oh my god, the 8th volume with, what's his name? Ida on the cover is so nice, like never. In here you can see next to My Love Mix-Up, I don't know if you can see, the lighting is pretty bad. I'll bring it up in front more. But I have an acrylic figure stand, a Marin from my Dress Up Darling. I love Marin so much. This is her in a cheerleader outfit. I think this is the later volume. This is one of her cosplay, but love her. Love this girl to bits. Yes. Alright, moving on to the middle top shelf. Let's just scooch over. Here's the overview, and then let's just go inside. Sorry about the focus sometimes too. I'm still trying to figure out the settings on my camera because I'm filming with an actual camera now. Yeah, but yeah, the focus might be wonky sometimes. I'm trying my best, so thank you for understanding. In the back there, I have almost all the volumes of Kamisama Kiss. I'm actually only missing 19 and 25, and then my series would be complete. So this series actually just got a recent reprint. Oh, by the way, it's by Julieta Suzuki. Reprint by Viz. So like, if you're interested in picking this up, I'll say just pick it up. It's not printed in Italy. I said Italy. In Italy, so you know, I know some people have a gripe about that. I actually like that, you know, they actually print it in the US, so the sizes are all the same, and I like the quality of paper better. So yeah, super excited to get that complete so I can actually start rereading it. And yeah, and next up in the middle, I have one of my all-time favorite, one of the most like wholesome mangas ever released. Even if it's not like shoujo, it's like slice of life shoujo, you know, school life, all that jazz. Is Kimi ni Todoke. I love Kimi ni Todoke so much. I only have like a combination of, not even in a correct or in order, like 18 to 19 volumes, because there are some volumes that are like super hard to find, but I'm so glad that Viz or Shoujo Beat is like reprinting it. So finally, like if you're looking to pick it up, don't go to eBay and buy that whole set for like $500, you know, just wait a bit and then, you know, you can pick it up. Definitely recommend. There's also an anime which is actually really well done, super nice. I love the main character's name is, I always say Sadako, but I think it's Sawako. Sadako is the ring monster, ring, you know, creature. Sawako's like main friend group, especially like Shizue. I think she's in cover right here. Okay, I love her. This girl right here. Yeah, I just want the best for her. I want the best for all of them. Yeah, I wish I had like a friendship group like that in high school, because I kind of related to Sawako. I was more like, you know, I would say shy. I feel like I didn't fit in, and then I wasn't willing to talk to people either. So yeah, that's a whole nother story. But now I'm doing good. I'm doing good, you know. Yeah. All right, moving on. I have 1 through 11 of SA, which is the worst title ever. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. It actually stands for Special A. It's by Maki Minami, and I think more people would know this series by the anime, even though like I don't get me wrong, I really like the anime, but one thing that always irks me, even as a kid, and I had no sense back then of like drawing style and stuff, I was like, if I like it, I like it, you know, I'm blind to shit. But the anatomy of the characters are so weird. Like, why are their legs like seriously 80% of their body? Anyways, this series is complete as well. It's an Odo Shoujo series. There's, I would like to say 17 or 18 volumes, and it's complete. Yeah, so I'm currently collecting that. That's why this one is in the front. If not, I would have put it in the back where there's no sunlight to show. You can see it's a little bit yellowed on some of the volumes. It's not too bad, as long as the inside is not really yellow. And you can see I have mini decorations everywhere on the shelf. I would like to put more, but I have no space at all. And these actually work as book holders, but these are you know those blind boxes that you can find? This was like a Sanrio theme with the New Year's, or like yeah, with New Year's. And then I got both with the twin cats. Well, actually, I got the blue one, which is Kiki. I got Kiki first, and then my friend also did it, and she really wanted Kuromi, but she ended up getting a Hello Kitty one, and she got Lala, and she knew that I got Kiki, so she gave me Lala. Thank you. I love you, friend. But yeah, she gave it to me, and I put it here because it matches the Kamisama Kiss. If you know, the main character dude is like a fox spirit, so I feel like this matches the theme really well. Alright, now moving on to the last QE go on the top shelf. Alright, starting from the back, in the back there, y'all, I want to say feel free to skip this, but please don't, because just give me like 30 seconds of your time to gush about this. This series is Silver Diamond by Sugiura Shio. It's one of the best shoujos that I read ever. There's actually a really like, not heavy, but there's an underlying tone of like BL, like shonen ai, boys love. But this series, it has like action, adventure, there's a whole like world building. It's actually a really good like story, even if you're not into, you know, that. It's published by Tokyo Pop, so you know what happened during that time. They only released 9 volumes, and there's actually 27 volumes in Japan. And the part that they stopped in was it's such a good arc. It's like the end of the first arc, so that's when it got really really good, you know. But please, if you get the chance or if you can find any way to read it, please read it. The art is actually really pretty. It's a little bit dated because of how the character are designed, you know, very sharp jawline, you know, older shoujo style, but it's so good. I really love this author, or mangaka. It's like, she's one of my most favorite. And then I don't know if she has anything recent, but there's another series of hers that I really like, and that one is definitely more BL, like heavy. So if you're into it, please check out the series and the mangaka. Moving on from that, in the back, that one volume, I have 07 Ghosts, or in Japanese they just say 7 Ghosts. I forgot the author and the artist. There's two people that works on it. There's some anime of this actually. It came out a while ago. I don't know if it's popular or not, and I don't see this series on many people's shelves. But I decided just to start collecting it because I really like it. And there are some volumes like the 2 to 4 that like you can't find anywhere unless you buy like a sale on eBay, but I already bought my own one. So yeah, let's see how I can complete that. And let's move this out of the way first. You see next to it, sorry, the lighting is super bad, so you can't even see anything. I won't start the picture anyways. I have the first volume, Natsume's Books of Friend by Mirorikawa Yuki. I got this when I first started collecting manga. This is one of the volumes I grabbed. And I don't know why young me was so dumb and didn't think to pick up, you know, let's just pick up more. Because I did like it, but to be honest, I had other series I prioritized. You know, when I was young, my mom would buy me manga, or my dad would, and I can only pick up max 2 or 3 volumes because, you know, they're pretty pricey, you know, especially I paid full price back then, like a dumb kid. I was a kid. But anyways, yeah, I have that. I wish I picked up more, but you know, I'll slowly get there. There's 27 volumes out, or 28 out right now, so it's a journey, you know. I'm not in no rush. It's not as well, I'll say it's not as well liked or well read, well known. I don't want to bash on it because it has a pretty big following, like especially in Japan, but in the US I don't know anyone else who reads it. Yeah, except my auntie. Yeah. Alright, moving on. I have volumes 1 to 10 complete, Wild Ones. It's a older shoujo series. It's like a Yakuza theme, so anyone who likes Yakuza romances, they'll like this. It's like a subordinate, boss subordinate. Oh, but they're the same age, no age gap. It's just the girl is like the granddaughter of the Yakuza head, and the boy is her security guard. Yada yada yada, you know. I read up to 4, so that's how much I had before I decided to buy the rest of it recently, which was like a year ago. So I haven't completed it yet, even though I have it complete. But it's one of those reads that if I want to save to read, because you know it's so nostalgic, and sometimes I don't like when things end. So on a day that feels good, I think I will try read it to the end because it's not too bad. It's just 10 volumes. And so far, the chemistry between the couple, I don't really see it. But if I read more, maybe I'll see it. Moving on. On the middle shelf, even though it's actually one of my most favorite newer shoujo mangas, let me backtrack. You can't even call this new because it's been out since 2008. 6, 7, 8 is those years, right? But yeah, it's still ongoing. There's currently 25 volumes in Japan, and in the US you can actually pre-order up to the 25th volumes as well. It's pretty cool. The story is great. Again, this is one of those like Kimi ni Todoke where the friendship group is so solid, and it really makes you root for like all of their happiness and all they like to achieve all their goals and stuff. As you can see, I have their fan book as well. It's in Japanese, with Shirayuki in the cover. I love them all. I like Shirayuki, Zen, Obi, Mizuhide, and Kiko-san. Oh my god, I'm rooting for all of them. I just want all of them to be happy. And, you know, I can't wait for the ending, but also I don't want it to end because I love it. There's also an anime for this, which, like, you know, if you prefer to watch anime, go ahead, watch it. It's pretty cool. It's one of those, like, more slice of life. The romance is not at the forefront. So yeah, it's one of those slice of life fantasy. It's not isekai, but it seems like it should be an isekai because lately that's all the isekai themes are. So yeah, I really like it. And then here is volume 22. This is the newest one that I received, and it has Obi in the cover. That's always nice. And then, you know, before I introduce the other one, I'll just introduce these figures. These are also from those blind boxes. I actually really like doing those blind boxes and these figures. I also do photography, so I like to recreate like mini sets and take pictures with these figures. Yeah, that's why I have a lot of them, and some of them matches the theme of manga, so I decided to display them. And here there's a My Mellow one that's actually a Red Riding Hood theme, but you know, red, Shirayuki, and there's also an apple on her apron, so I feel like matches. And there's a Alice in Wonderland one. I actually used to have an Alice in Wonderland themed manga, but I actually don't like it. That's why it's not on my shelf. You won't see it. But I think the fantasy theme matches, so I kept Alice right there too. Really cute. I like this rendition of her dress, like her you know, like the Disney theme is super plain and stuff, but this one is actually really cute. Also, I'm like a design major. I like fashion and stuff, so that's why I talk about stuff like this. Sorry, that was a really bad, like, tangent. No one really cares. Okay, moving on back to manga. Here, you can see these are all ongoing series. They all have this common theme of isekai or tensei, tensei's rebirth, and fantasy elements, you know. But I think there's a reason why I like all of them, and they don't feel stale to me, at least. So right here I have 1 through 6 of the Saint's magic power is omnipotent. Omnipotent. Sorry, my English is really bad. Volume 7 is actually coming out soon, so I'll be receiving that in the mail since I pre-ordered it during the holiday sales and stuff. I don't know how much there is into it's complete because I know it's based on a light novel. But yeah, that one's really nice. I like it. Don't know about the male lead. You see a common theme that sometimes I'm iffy about the male leads. I really like female leads most of the time. Yeah. And moving on, this story is actually really complete already in Japan, and we're just waiting for the 5th volume releasing in May. And it is the Savers Book Cafe story in another world. This one I like this older couple dynamic. They seem like they've been married for years, you know. They're both so wholesome. And yeah, just pretty slice of lifey, like really easy, like you don't really need a big commitment to read it. It's pretty just like, I'm just reading it to relax. And then next to that, I have Magic Artisan Dahlia Woods No More. Many people like to say, I think it reminds them of Snow White with the red hair. Okay, I agree. The spine color looks pretty much the same. The girl has green eyes and red hair, as you can see. But they're completely different people, in my opinion. This girl, I'm glad she's, you know, out of the situation that she was. I really like how the direction is going, where she's focused on her work. She decided to put herself first, and like romance is in the back burner, which, you know, sometimes you don't need romance all the time. We like a working girl. I don't like to say girl boss. There's so much like negative connotations with it, but yes, I like what she's doing. And it's actually really nice how the magic elements of this stuff is just basically everyday things, but because it's a different world, there's like magic involved. It's a pretty cool concept. yeah, I really like this read.